Hello, my dear listeners. My name is Kishore Ganesh, and in this episode of the Vocal About Visuals podcast, I'll be recommending Anbe Sivam, starring Kamal Hassan, R. Madhavan, Nazar, and others. Now, some of you might be wondering about the title. What does Thanksgiving have to do with the Tamils all the way here in India? Well, drumroll please for the reveal. The connection, folks, is that Anbe Sivam was inspired by Steve Martin and John Candy's Thanksgiving classic Trains, Planes and Automobiles. At least, that's the colloquial wisdom on this little village called the internet. Now, I haven't watched Trains, Planes, etc., so I cannot verify personally how much of a quote-unquote inspiration it is. A road trip buddy comedy is extremely templating anyway, so Anbe Sivam could be another one in that genre. But the one major way in which Anbe Sivam is different from the format is that it is a road trip buddy tragi-comedy, and the tragedy in this film is quite substantial and, dare I say it, heart-wrenching. In fact, if in the final scene involving a certain animal you don't tear up, well, you need incredibly tough things to make you cry. This movie can actually be a test on people's cry threshold. Are you someone who cries watching reality shows, or are you someone who can withstand Kamal Hassan on emotional steroids and still not break into tears? This could be a good scale to measure your power to resist emotions. The beauty of this film is that it is not just a physical road trip for the characters, it is also a road trip across the different value systems of certain human beings in the film. It is also a road trip for the audience through Kamal Hassan's value systems. From the title itself, Anbe Sivam, which translates to Love is God, we are prepped for a certain kind of film. Kamal Hassan's character is a staunch rationalist. He's a street theatre artist who puts on plays espousing communism against a factory owner who refuses to pay his employees anything more than rupees 910. He's a street theatre artist who puts on plays espousing communism against a factory owner who will not pay his employees any more than rupees 910, but when his daughter beckons him to do so, will pay whatever is necessary for an artist to paint his factory or company or something like that. Ah, rich people, I tell you. From communism, we move on to compassion, which is the ultimate ideal that this movie espouses. And related to compassion, Kamal, the staunch rationalist that he is, still showcases the love and compassion that comes from religion in the form of the care he receives from Catholic nuns. There is a lot happening in the movie that will make you think about how you look at the world long after the end credits have rolled by. But before that, during the film, you will be experiencing emotions that you never thought you could feel. In fact, this is the film that wholly and solely converted me into a Kamal fan. You can watch this excellent movie right now on Netflix if you are in India. Once again, my name is Kishore Ganesh. This is the Vocal About Visuals podcast, and thank you, my dear listeners, for your time and for listening. Please do give this podcast a follow on YouTube and on your preferred podcast platforms, and give my socials at Podcast Plural a follow on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you.